frog just jumped on my pillow. I'm selling the camper.
I'm sorry. Hello, I'm David.
And I'm Tracy.
Welcome to Trixie's Travels. Today we're going to review a campground in North Carolina, just across the border from Georgia, from Hiawassee, Georgia, in Hayesville, North Carolina. The campground is called Clay County Recreation Park. The park itself is divided into two separate campgrounds. One campground is the Recreation Park campground, and the other one is called Gibson Cove. We stayed in the Recreation Park campground at spot 19. Overall, the spot was level, the spot that the camper sat on. However, where the fire ring was not so level. We could barely put our chairs there and sit at them without falling over, which is kind of comical when you think about it. It had a picnic table, we had 50 and 30 amp service and water. Overall, I would say that the campground itself, that the portion that we stayed in, was very nice. It was clean, it was kept up. We were there in the last week of October, and they shut down November 1st for the season. I would say that overall it was a pleasant experience, and I would recommend the campground to anyone up in the area.
It was a beautiful campground. The views of the campground itself was gorgeous. We were considered to have a lake site. However, when we came out of the camper, you could see the lake, but it was a bit of ways. There was a nice walk that we would go down. They have children's playground and a couple of pavilions near the Lake Chatuge. We're right in the midst of the Smokey Mountains, so we would watch the sun come up every morning and enjoy that experience. The restrooms were definitely in need of updating. The bathroom doors were bowed. They're plywood doors, and they were bowed from moisture. So you always felt like you didn't get a good connection as far as closing the door, a privacy seal. So that was something to be desired. And also the showers were a curtain only and not a door. And that just didn't feel like you had the privacy you needed. Also, there were no hooks or no way to put your shampoo or clothes or towel or anything. Everything would have had to go on the floor. So I was very disappointed in the restrooms. But overall, the park itself, as David said, our plot was definitely at a slope away from the camper. So there was no comfortable sitting around a fire as we experienced the camper.
I have a beach in the same area that the camp playground is for the children. As a matter of fact, we went down to that area a couple of nights and watched the sunrise. Gorgeous. I mean, there's nothing like watching the sun come up over the Smokey Mountains, just to see the low-lying clouds. It was just beautiful, just gorgeous, nice and quiet.
Murphy, North Carolina is very close. We were close to Blairsville, Helen, Bell Mountain, Brasstown Bald. Of course, Hiawassee was just up the street. So it was an incredible location as far as seeing the leaves change and enjoying the North Georgia mountains.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's one of those places where I don't necessarily think I will go there again. However, if I do, I will go to the Gibson Cove campground. Most of the spots, I would say 90% of the spots over there are on the water. It's a lot newer. The bathhouse itself is a lot more updated, a lot more modern. The only downside to it was no trees. I mean, so you were exposed to the sun. So this time of year, not so bad. August, I wouldn't want to be over there. But if I was in the area and I couldn't get a campground that I wanted, I would definitely look into going back there again. It was just a great place. It was, basically centrally located to everywhere that we wanted to go. And we had a really, really good time there. So yes, it's a place I would recommend. I mean, roughly, out of a scale of 1 to 10, I'd give it, a 7.5 to an 8. And the only thing that made it kind of downgrade it was the bathhouses, and like I said, and
the pump station.
Oh yeah, so one major con is dumping your tank. So the dump location is right by the bathhouse, and there's really no convenient way to get your rig in there. I mean, it's one of those things where you have to pull down there and then back up into it, or you have to basically leave the campground, go in, and then there's like an
separate
exit.
entry.
Yeah, there's like a separate entrance, and you got to go in there. And even then, when you go to dump off your tank, if you got a bigger rig like a fifth wheel, you're probably gonna have to do some maneuvering just to get back out of there. So that was probably the only thing. But I mean, it was a pleasant stay. It really was.
Beautiful scenery.
Yeah. So I mean, you know, it was a little bit of a windy road, but you know, it was, you know, it was nothing that caused me any kind of major concern or alarm. So yeah, I would definitely recommend this place if you're in the area.
So we're going to show you some more video of what we were able to see in Clay County Recreation Park and in the surrounding area. So we hope you enjoy. And also, if you wouldn't mind, go ahead and click subscribe to this channel and maybe press the like button if you like this video. We would appreciate it.
Hit that little bell that goes off, and
you'll get notifications every time we post.
Leave a comment. Bye-bye.
We survived the hurricane, tropical storm or depression, whatever it was. Still a very rainy and cloudy day, so I thought I'd walk down here. Dave and I have been a little trapped in the camper for too long. My butt's sore from sitting. Although I did finish 2 books. You can hear the wind is still pretty strong. We've got the awning in.